I don't know about you guys, but I think that there are too many plugins out there nowadays. It just gets overwhelming, you know? Not saying that all these plugins coming out are bad, but there's so many companies and so many different like new plugins coming out that I think I just need to make a video where I just talk about like one plugin of each category that I think get this. Just try not to overwhelm you, you know? Like this is where you can start out and then you can start getting ones you want. And I did a video similar about this, like similar to this, sorry, that I a couple weeks ago where I was talking about like here, like, all a bunch of good free plugins in each category. This is a little bit different because I'm just going to talk about one plugin for each category, and I'm also going to mention some paid ones because I want to bring up some paid ones too. We'll get the paid out of the way first. So I'm on Valhalla right here for reverb plugins. I love this vintage Verm one, and this Valhalla delay is good too. So if you want paid, there you go. Here are the paid ones. This is what I recommend. I've used them before in the studio. I don't have them at home, so that's why I opened the website. And for paid, pretty much everything else, I recommend FabFilter. Pro Q4, of course, is like the standard EQ at this point. Pro L2 is a great limiter, and Pro C2, sorry, is a good compressor, very versatile. So that's the paid plugins I recommend. Don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want to recommend a bunch of paid plugins either because, again, I've talked about it before. Music production's expensive, and I just want to go over some free ones now. Now, here are all the free plugins I think you should download right now if you're starting out. And then that's all this video is. You know, it differs from the last one. This is just like, you know, we're overwhelmed. There's too many plugins. So if one free EQ, get ZL Equalizer. You know, I just made a video about this one. It's basically Pro Q4, but it's free. Don't have much else to say other. There's like no really negatives to it. It's got all of the dynamic EQ features. You can even EQ the mid and side separately, which is really cool. So that's the one EQ plugin I recommend. If you have to just download one, it's this. Now, for reverb, it's got to be ROM. This one is just super versatile. That's basically what this video is, I guess, like the most versatile plugins. It's got three modes, and it's, you know, they have their own names, but it's basically like plate, hall, and room reverbs. And they've got a lot of, I just really like how they sound, especially this area one is really bright and nice sounding. You know, mix knob here for reverb sends. I would recommend ROM if you have to get one reverb. Now, compressor. If you had to get one compressor, it's this one. It's the TDR Kotlivnov. I said it wrong last time too. Honestly, in my opinion, this is basically a free version of Pro C2. It's not exactly the same, but you know, it's got the knee here too. It's got like everything. Very versatile compressor. I like using this one on my master bus just to like, or you know, the master when I'm mastering. But you can also use it for anything. It's just really versatile. Now, for filters, you know, you could just use an EQ plugin, but I wanted to at least throw in Kilohertz because they just do everything well. They've got a very big bundle of free plugins for you to check out that I would recommend. And, you know, this filter is everything you want it to be. And I'm glad I finally found a filter where, you know, because I like automating, right? Like filter sweeps. When the cutoff is at 100 here, you know, it does kind of cut it off, but like you can't hear it. So you can finally have one where like it starts like this and then sweep. Because there's a couple ones like the one at FL where like you can tell when it's on, even when it's all the way open. You can still tell it's there. So that's what I like about this one. Now, a limiter, I didn't talk about this last time. There's this limiter called Frontier. I haven't used this a lot, to be honest, but from my limited experience using it and what I've seen from other people, it's kind of a cool limiter. So if you had to get one free one, this one seems like it will do the job. But honestly, the limiter, I didn't load it on here, but the limiter in FL Studio also does the job if you just need a limiter on your master. For saturation, I've already made a video on this one, but I'd recommend saturation knob. It just gives a really nice, warm, pleasant saturation to it that I think is just super versatile. Super easy interface too. You just kind of, you know, this is how much saturation you're doing. You can focus it on the highs, neutrals, or lows. And then this set button will kind of give you a good gain matching, and then you can adjust it from there if you need to as well. So good saturation one. That's what I'd recommend if you just want one saturation plugin. Finally, just going to throw some like extra plugins that aren't like in a category, but I think you really should get if you want mastering. First is Span. This is like the best like one where you could just like look at frequencies here, the spectrum analyzer. It's got a lot of modes down here that you can mess with, but it you know, right here, slower, high res, master. Yeah, I'd just download Span so you can throw it on your master, and it's good for referencing, like reference tracks. I talked about this one last time, BX Solo, but you got to make sure you throw this on your master when you're working to make sure that your mix is mono compatible. So if you solo the mid here and everything still sounds like it's there, that's good. I made a whole video on this if you want to go watch it. Usually in loudness meter, if you don't have a DAW that has a feature where you can hear LUFs like FL Studio does not, then download the free version of this. It has the integrated LUFs right here. So if you just listen to your whole, like, make sure this is reset, like hit the reset button. Listen to your whole track, and then whatever is right here is the number that's how loud your track is in LUFs. I'll probably make a whole video on how to use this plugin, but yeah, I would download this for mastering if you use FL Studio. And finally, Fresh Air. I've talked about this one too, but this is like the most overpowered plugin. Just drop it somewhere in your master chain, a little bit here and there, like, you know, this is arbitrary, but this plugin works best, in my opinion, on the master. You can throw it anywhere. It's an exciter. But if you put it on your master chain, just mess with it a little bit. If you have to push it too far, that means your mix is too dull, and I would go back and fix it. But if you know, just a little bit here, just to kind of add that extra, like, sauce on top of your mix. So, yeah, another quick video. Hopefully this isn't too repetitive, because I know I made one about, like, a bunch of free plugins. But this is more like, I keep getting ads for all these plugins that I've never seen before, and it's, like, cool, but there's so fucking many of them. So I talked about those paid ones earlier. Here are the free ones for one in each category. Go check them out if you need them. Those are the plugins I recommend getting if you just want the basics. See ya.